Hello everyone, I'm Vihanga Muser Samar Singh and welcome to my MGT501 reflective concept map presentation. In this session, I will share the most valuable insights I gained from three significant topics that shaped my understanding of contemporary management, emotional intelligence in leadership, motivation and employment, and digital transformation and change management. The workplace context I'm using is Wall Street Incorporation, a medium-sized software company where I work as a software developer. I collaborated closely with cross-functional teams, software development, QA, and integration, which helped me apply any of the MGT 501 concept directly in the real world settings. At the top, you can see my learning as central theme, showing how my overall understanding of manager involved through the subject. Below that, the map divides into three key topics that had the greatest impact on me: emotional intelligence and leadership, motivation and employee engagement, and digital transformation and change management. Each of these areas connect directly to my learning experience. And under each topic, I have included four essential reflection elements: insight, reason, application network, and my development. For emotionals, intelligence and leadership, I reflected on how empathy and self-awareness make leaders more effective than relying purely on technical skills. I saw this is at practically at Wall Street, where leaders who used emotional awareness resolved conflicts more effectively. This improved my own ability to listen actively and manage emotions during collaborations. Moving to motivation and engagement, I realized that motivation isn't driven only by money. It's about autonomy, recognition, and shared purposes. That inspired me to introduce a peer recognition activity at work, which significantly lifted morale, personality. I learned to motivate others by empowering them instead of controlling outcomes. Finally, in digital transformation and change management, I explored how technology change also require cultural and behavior adjustments. Applying Kotter's change model at Wall Street helped reduce resistance to new system by opening feedback channels and improving my communication. This taught me adaptability and empathy during organizational transitions. Overall, this concept might summarize how these three areas, emotional intelligence, motivation, and change management, come together to shape my professional identity as adaptive and people-centered future leader. The first major topic is emotional intelligence and leadership. Before this, I believed leadership was primarily about technical skills. But I learned that empathy and self regulation are even more critical. At Wall Street, emotionally intelligent leaders fostered collaboration and reduced conflict. Personally, I have applied this by practicing active listening and empathy when resolving technical disagreements. The second topic is motivation and engagement. Through self determination theory, I understood how autonomy and purpose fuel motivation more than external rewards. Implementing a small recognition practice in my team significantly improved morals. This helped me develop as a leader who motivates through trust and support. The third topic is digital transformation and change management. MGT 501 taught me that successful change depends on cultural alignments and communication. Using Koto's model, I applied structured feedbacks during software rollouts, which greatly reduce employee resistance. I have learned to approach change with empathy and strategic thinking. These three topics are deeply interconnected. Emotional intelligence empowers leaders to handle change humanly. Motivation keeps team engaged, and digital transformation test these abilities. Together, they create the foundation of effective modern leadership. Reflecting across all topics, I recognize that I have developed key leadership qualities: emotional awareness, motivation strategies, and adaptivity. My next step is to take on leadership roles where I can apply these lessons and continue learning. From contemporary management, my biggest takeaway is that effective management starts with understanding people, including ourselves. Emotional intelligence, motivation, and adaptivity form the foundation of leadership in today's evaluation business world. This subject has helped me connect theory with practice, and I now view management not as authority but as influence, empathy, and continuous learning. In conclusion, MGT 501 has transformed my perspective on management. I have learned to lead with empathy, motivate through purpose, and adapt to change confidently. These three skills are not only valuable for my current role, but will guide me throughout my career as continue developing as a reflective and adaptive leader. To conclude my presentation, I want to acknowledge the academic foundations that guided my reflections and learning in MGT 501. Daniel Goleman's book Working with Emotional Intelligence was central to my understanding of leadership. It helped me realize that effective leaders rely more on emotional awareness, empathy, and self management than purely technical skills. This shaped how I approach teamwork and communication in my professional role. Expanding on that, Carmeli's 2003 research on emotional intelligence and work attitudes provide evidence that emotionally intelligent leaders and create more positive and productive workplaces. I found this practically related to my experience in software development team at Wall Street, where emotional awareness improved collaboration and morale. For the topic of motivation, I drew heavily on Daisy and Rain's 2000 self-determined theory and Herzberg's 1959 two-factor model. Together, they taught me that lasting motivation comes from purpose, autonomy, and recognition rather than external rewards. This perspective helped me understand how to inspire engagement more effectively at work. Kahn's 1990 study on personal engagement deepened my reflection on how physically safety influence motivation and involved remind me that employees thrive when they feel valued, trusted. When analyzing organizational change, I used Kotter's 1996 leading change framework, which clarify the importance of communication and shared version during digital transformation. This theory directly guide my application of open feedback sessions in real workplace change projects. Shane's insight on organizational culture also supported my understanding of how cultural shape behaviors, and Semerand and Green 2019 reinforced the human side of managing change. Finally, I integrated key insights from MGT 501 weekly learning resources provided by Charles University, which tied these theories together and allowed me to critically connect that academic concept with my real world professional experience. Overall, these references collectively supported to reflective learning and practical applications I have discussed throughout the presentation. Thank you for watching my MGT 501 reflective concept map presentation. This journey has enhanced my awareness, adaptability, and leadership approach, equipping me for success in today's complex business environment.